What's going on, you guys? Local John 1812.
Jrod 84.
This is Sports Talk with Jrod and Local John. All right, check this out. Before we get going any further, do us a favor. We'd really appreciate it, wouldn't we? If you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us.
Yep.
If you like our content, especially what we're doing right now, and you're going to like other content we have on this channel, go ahead and hit the like button and leave us a comment, right? Do
Sure.
all those things for us. It's free to do and easy to do, right?
Yep.
So let's get into it. We're here to talk about, of course, Kentucky athletics. We got two big events going on starting tonight and then this weekend. Jay, what we got going on tonight?
Big Blue Madness is this evening.
That's right, Big Blue Madness. Many years ago when John Calipari came in, I think it elevated Big Blue Madness to a different level with the theatrics and everything. And then, of course, Matthew Mitchell with his dance moves and all that.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
I would say it did. I think probably like the last few years, it kind of seemed like a lot of that just kind of like died down just a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little. But, the excitement's still there.
Oh, yeah. It definitely can be. And it all starts with sometimes, especially with when we're talking about Big Blue Madness here, with who may be there. A few years back, you'd always see like Drake maybe showing up or something, or way back in the day, Worldwide West, right, would be in the audience there. Do we see an appearance tonight of someone of celebrity status? I believe that will be the case, probably. More than likely, this team did visit, I believe it was Drake's house.
Yeah, they visited him over the summer while they were in Canada for the Global Jam.
I believe he might be there tonight, but don't count me on that. But maybe that's just speculation. It'd be nice to see a celebrity there tonight, for the women's team or for the men's team. It'd be very, very cool to see that.
Good.
The entrances used to be really cool for a lot of people. And especially like Enos Kanter, he did like an Undertaker theme entrance and all that.
Yeah.
Didn't ever get to play, but it was still cool to see his entrance. So, and John Wall, we all remember the dance Wall was doing. So we need to get back to that swag of Kentucky and Big Blue Madness. Do you feel like that's the case?
Well, you know what, I think I think so. As far as player interests are concerned, I really in the Cal era anyway. I really don't. None of them I don't think has topped John Wall's interest.
That's right.
I said his was epic.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, I don't know. I'm sure the guys have their own thing planned for it. But
right. And the girls will have some good music with theirs.
The ladies will have some. We'll find all that out. We'll find that out tonight.
It's going to be very exciting. Of course, they'll probably do their little small scrimmage that they do. They'll do maybe a 3-point, probably maybe like a slam dunk or a skills challenge. The big question tonight is Big Z for Kentucky for the men's team. He just showed up on, I think it was Thursday.
Yes.
Will he put on some shoes tonight and some gear? He'll be out there on the court. Will they let him do some layup drills? Will they let him play some pickup game? I think the guy played basketball before. I think Big Z gets some type of action. What do you think?
He could. He could probably see a little bit of action. To get adjusted. To how the college game is.
Yeah, it's just fun, right? Just to be out there with the guys. These guys have already been playing some games together and doing some things together.
Exactly.
So for him to get that chance to just get out there and throw a basketball with somebody that's going to be the people he's going to be working with, especially him and Mitchell early on in the season without Bradshaw and Ugana, it's going to be a big key to, getting something going. And it's going to be beyond this Big Blue Madness, but it would just be cool for the fans just to see it.
Yeah, the fans have waited for him to. The fans have been anxiously waiting for him to get to campus, as I'm sure the players have as well. And I'm sure Big Z himself has been wanting
to be there.
And now that he finally is, I'm sure he's anxious to get out there on the court.
Another thing tonight, too, with the festivities of Big Blue Madness is always the recruiting list. Besides the celebrities, these guys are actual athletic celebrities. They're young athletes coming from high school. Kentucky's got a wide range of individuals coming from the 24 sector through 25 through 20, even 6. Recruits coming in. You're looking at Jasper Johnson. You're looking at Travis Perry. What was the Samoto?
Cyril Samoto.
Yeah, Samoto's going to be there. These are going to be great guys that maybe we can see come in. So they're going to have a chance to see the festivities and everything that's going on with Big Blue Madness in Kentucky. And so hopefully, the fans will treat them right. Show them some good respect, and hopefully they'll see some great excitement tonight. We'll pop up the recruiting list right here. so you guys can see all the names. But hopefully those, like we said, those recruits there that are popping up, Travis Perry and them, and others that are on this list, hopefully they feel welcomed. And that's the big thing. So that's what's going to happen in Big Blue Madness tonight. We hope for the best and no one gets hurt. The big side note is that we heard leading into Big Blue Madness the injury report for Ugana and Bradshaw. They were saying 5 to 6 weeks, but then someone else just recently come out and said, well, that's 5 to 6 weeks when they start practicing after Madness and stuff. So then did Cal mean to say 7 or 8 weeks? I mean, because essentially that's what we would be saying because there's a separation in time frame here. Look, I fully believe that possibly, a lot of people don't believe me. Some people are saying that we basically wouldn't see them then until maybe December or January. And my theory is, I think we see them, I believe it's November 14th. And I don't know if we see Ugana and Bradshaw, but I think you see Bradshaw November 14th. Which puts him in line for the Kansas game.
Well, you'll say they could be.
Yeah, I'm hope for that.
I see they could be. It's kind of, how do I put it? It's kind of, bizarre, that, they'll say it's been a recurring theme here after the last few years that Kentucky's had to deal with, with multiple injuries to players.
Especially the big guys.
Yes, especially, either it's the big guys or maybe like the point guards or leaders of the team, which usually happens maybe around mid-season. It kind of halters the progress for the rest of the year.
True.
In which, which we all heard, Ugana and Bradshaw, they were hurt, this was back over the summer after their, after the Global Jam in Canada.
Yep.
Like they were going to be out for a while, and now you add additional time onto that, so.
It kind of sounds like, you just run into those moments again, like, are they actually ever going to play?
Yes.
Is this a Vanderbilt situation? Is this a, so on and so forth situation?
Yes.
I hope not. I hope not. My strong feeling is that we see Bradshaw first. He was injured before Ugana. I think we see Bradshaw first. I think he's been rehabbing correctly. I think we see him first, and I honestly feel like maybe we get a great early Christmas present and see him, a real early Christmas present right before Thanksgiving. We see him the 14th against Kansas. But that's why Big Z was so important. So we're just glad that Big Z's there with Mitchell. They can really shore up the inside. We got other players that are around the 6'7" to 6'9" area, high 4-eyes, and they probably can pop in there and play for someone whenever, God forbid, another injury, but also foul trouble, fatigue, that type of stuff. So I think we're okay for the first few games. Just getting into near that November 14th game, we really need one of those other bigs back, and I don't know if that's going to happen. But I'm going to keep up my prayers and wishful thoughts and positive thoughts and wishful thinking that it does. That's what the festivities for Big Blue Madness was. That's what with excitement we may see, and the injury updates on some of our players for the Kentucky basketball team. So great beginning to Big Blue Madness and this basketball team. Hopefully bright future coming for them. So a very close future, which is tomorrow, and a very big important game because it can really tip the scales either way of a good season or even possibly maybe starting to go down a bad season hill, is Kentucky football. The Kentucky Cats in football versus Missouri Tigers.
The Cats are hosting tomorrow night. I see both teams, I believe, are 5-1. They're both coming off losses. Yep. I said first off, I said we want to apologize because the both of us kind of had huge faith in the Cats last weekend at Georgia, and for the ones that saw the game, we all saw how that went. Mm-hmm. It did not go anywhere near as planned.
Nope, it sure didn't. But I'll say this. You guys know, when I take off my glasses, I mean business. We had a comment on there that said, what were you smoking? Here's what I was smoking, and I told the comment person back. I commented right back to him, and I said, I would say the same thing again and again and again and again. You don't represent your family's house or your family's name and go into something and go, we're just going to lose. You never do that, and if you do, then you shouldn't represent anything ever in your life. We have a chance to win every single game. If Mr. Ray Davis was running at his best ability and the offensive line was blocking better, the defense could have maybe had lesser time on that field, and maybe the script could have changed a little bit. If Leary just would have been a little bit more on target with some of his throws, maybe the script is a little bit different. We might have only had a 13% chance to win a game or so, but guess what? That means there's a 13% chance that we could have won. So maybe if they played 100 times, one of the times I get it right. And then you wouldn't be asking me what I was smoking. You would be saying, you got lucky. Well, guess what? Sometimes it has to happen like that. So this weekend, playing Missouri, no doubt about it, Kentucky is going to be just fine. They're going to be just fine. What do you think?
So this weekend, I think they'll be just fine as well. And they have to go out there and just play clean, disciplined football.
Right.
And offense, the offense has to be in sync with each other. Larry's got to be in sync with the wide receivers and tight ends. The offensive line has to protect them. I see, the defensive line has to be on point. The secondary, which includes the secondary. And defensive backs. Special teams has to be on point. Everything
has to be right.
Everything has to be right.
Brings us to everything being right. Brings us to predictions, MVPs for this game coming up against Missouri. I said it last week. I'm going to go again this week. My MVP is going to be Leary. He's due for a good game, and I feel like Devin gets a chance this weekend. I think Devin Leary will be fine. I think he might throw for over 200, and he's going to have at least 2 touchdowns and keep it clean this time. No interceptions or fumbles, and his completions will be good. Like, he'll have a good completion percentage, too. That's who I feel like for MVP. Who you got?
I'll probably do I'll do a co-MVP. I feel it's like Leary and Davis. They might have
Ray Davis. Yep.
They might have good games tomorrow. Missouri's pass defense has been, a little suspect. So this could be the chance that Leary, has one of his biggest games of the year, if not the biggest.
He's going to need it to really turn the fan base back in his direction.
Well,
he's going to need it.
He needs that. Just like I said, all of the wide receivers and the tight ends, they have to be on target with Leary.
That's right.
They have to.
The guy had one of the best completion percentages in college football with NC State. So he should be able to duplicate that with better resources at Kentucky. We're not seeing that just yet. We don't know why. Hopefully, eventually, we start seeing it. Hopefully, it is tomorrow against Missouri. Who do we think will win the game? I've got the Cats, C-A-T-S, Cats, winning by 7 big ones, 7 points. And that is going to be on a 2-minute drive done by Devin and company. And I think Devin Leary throws the game-winning touchdown to Mr. Dane Key. That's what I think. A storybook ending to going into a bye week, and it gets Kentucky back on the map of success. What do you think?
Well, I got the Cats winning. I'll say I don't know, because this one might be a little bit of a high scoring game. So I'll probably say somewhere around 30. I'll say 34-27.
Okay.
I'll say 34-27.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see a game-winning, like if Devin goes for his second touchdown of the game, but it's the game-winning one to Dane Key. Like, the whole fan base would be behind him tremendously, big time. So I think that's very, very important. So there you have it. You heard about Big Blue Madness. You heard about some injuries. You've heard about recruits being there, maybe celebrities. Then we fast-forwarded to football. We heard about our MVPs and who we thought would win.
Yes. Let's see. Absolutely. Well, let's see. Well, one more thing. Let's see. A win tomorrow for the Cats will make them bowl eligible for the 8th straight year.
That'd be great if that happens.
I see. Yes. Look. Let's say they're already on the record. They've made the bowl 7 straight years. Mm-hmm. So I said, let's move on. Let's go ahead and win tomorrow. Let's why not make it 8 straight?
Why not?
Years bowl eligible.
I think they'll do it.
Yes.
All right, guys. Those are a lot of topics we covered there. We hope we'll map it out for you in this video. We hope you guys liked it. Once again, we're going to repeat what we did at the very beginning. If you liked what you saw, please don't forget to like,
subscribe,
comment,
and share.
That's right. We really appreciate that. And we'll be back next week. Well, until next time, guys, be careful. Go Cats. Ready? C-A-T-S. Cats. Peace, everyone.
See y'all later.